Hello, hello, hello. I asked the community if Bomb Shooter is one of the best towers in Season 5, and over 80% of y'all said it's meta. So I'm going to do a little bit of a strategy review, and I'd like to make some addendums to the tier list I made. For those not in the loop, I made a tier list a couple days ago, and I put Cannon at C tier, which to my surprise, almost every comment I got was about Cannon being S tier. So I went ahead and played a couple games with it. I do see the viability that the people are talking about. However, I do also think that the early game is kind of clunky. On some of the maps, it kind of struggles a little bit. It needs a very specific team combination for it to actually work. Now, granted, that one specific team combination is actually pretty solid, and you can win a ton of games with it. It's definitely a meta strategy. However, my mind drifts back to the memories I have of it, where in the previous seasons, it doesn't actually run as well as some of the other towers. It often leaks lives in the early game. Mid to late game is very, very solid, just as solid as any other mid to late game tower. And it's relatively fun to use too. You can generally get use out of each ability path, something you can't really do with every tower. And it's pretty fun to use. I don't like that the Striker Jones is so effective with it. I almost kind of wish you could use other heroes when you're using Cannon, but overall I do agree that Cannon definitely feels meta in Season 5, and it's a component in one of the strongest team combinations in game. The one that I tested that I had a lot of success with was recommended by this commenter, which is Cannon, Farm, and Village. The Village top path stacks really well with the cannons, gives a lot of good buffs and gives camo detection, things like that. If you have a cannon strategy that works pretty well, let me know, and I'd like to get some more testing with it. If you know how to do the early game, that's specifically what I'm looking for, is the best early game cannon build order, so that your economy is good and you don't give up first blood. With that, I'm out for now.